What is up, YouTube, and welcome again to another episode of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. I'm Pro Bowl 43, as always, along with my bearded brother, Kane Jr. 88, and my hairless brother, Termite 917. And we're here to talk about the Bristol race weekend, the last great Coliseum, the Alsco 300 for the Xfinity Series, and the Food City 500 for the Cup Series. I was there, and I'll be talking about my experience from today. But before that, we have a race to recap. So, Kane, you've got the ball this week. Get it rolling.
And I will take it and run with it. Chase Elliott started on the pole, his first on a non-plate track. But there was drama before the race as Kevin Harvick's car failed inspection 3 times, and as a result had his engineer ejected, had to start at the back of the field, and then had to serve a pass-through penalty at the drop of the green flag. And then almost right at the drop of the green flag on lap number 2, trouble already broke out when William Byron got loose underneath Eric Almirola and put the 10 into the wall. And that led to a stack up where Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got into the back of Kyle Busch and spun him around, doing a pretty good number of damage to both cars as well as to Ryan Preece's car. But then later on, Chase Elliott, he's led every lap so far, just out there cruising. But then goddamn Ryan Preece cuts a tire and spins right in front of him, and Chase got hit from behind by Corey LaJoie, which fucks up his power steering. I don't know how he didn't hit the inside wall, but his race was fucked up from then on out. And then Eric Jones stayed out and inherited the race lead before having to make an unscheduled pit stop for a loose wheel, followed closely by Kyle Larson, who also had to pit for a loose wheel. So as stage 1 is winding down, Ryan Blaney and Clint Bowyer are battling hard for the lead when Daniel Hemrick got spun by Ross Chastain, which brings us to a 3-lap shootout to end the stage. Clint Bowyer and Ty Dillon have an epic battle, with Ty winning stage 1 in a photo finish over Bowyer. Compared to stage 1, stage 2 was pretty tame. The usual suspects of Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and yes, Kyle Busch were all up front with Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney. And other than a spin from Matt Tifft and Truex having to pit late in the stage for, again, a loose wheel, stage 2 was lackluster to say the least, with Joey Logano leading almost all of the laps and taking the stage win. So pretty much from the restart, it's Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, and Clint Bowyer fighting for the lead in what was an entertaining battle. And then on lap 374, we have debris in turn 2, which brings out the caution right as Clint took the lead from Logano. And Kevin Harvick had a problem as well. He cut down a right front and pounded the outside wall. But then on the restart, Kyle Busch, yep, there he is again. He grabs the lead from Bowyer before Bowyer grabs it back with less than 100 to go. And then right then, Kyle Larson and William Byron tangle in turn 2, and their days go from bad to worse. Shortly after, Bowyer is battling hard inside the top 5, but then he ends up cutting a right front tire right at the same time Chase Elliott does. They both bring out a caution. So eventually, Brad Keselowski gets around Kyle for the lead and brings Logano with him, with Logano pushing the issue on his teammate, and he takes the lead with 31 to go. Then with 23 to go, yep, Kyle Larson again hits the wall, setting up a short dash to the finish. Kurt and Kyle both stay out, while the 3 Penske boys all decide to pit. The race restarts, Kyle pulls away and is able to hold off his big brother Kurt to take home his 3rd win of the season, his 54th of his career, and his 8th at Bristol. Obviously, Kurt Busch came home 2nd, with Joey Logano finishing 3rd, Ryan Blaney 4th, and Denny Hamlin in the 5th spot. Paul Menard, Clint Bowyer, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Newman, and Jimmy Johnson all round out the top 10. So, a very good race with shitty results. It's pretty much what we've come to expect in NASCAR recently. So let's give out some ratings. Nick, we haven't heard from you in a while. Why don't you start?
Well, thank you, Kane. I am going to give this a 9 out of 10. I mean, stage 1 was just flat out insane. Just so much happening left and right. It was probably the best stage I have seen since they've implemented stages. Then stage 2 got underway. It was a little more tame, but there were still some issues like with Truex. Then you got to the final stage, and there was some great battles for the lead, plenty of action. The intensity started picking up. But after all that, it was just the strategy call that got Kyle the win, like you said. At least it wasn't easy, but still, he just keeps finding ways to do it, and it's just pissing me off. There was also some confusion with the running order back in the pack, so that was just kind of a cluster and may or may not have affected the results. So the finish was probably the only thing preventing me from giving a higher rating, but it was still a hell of a show overall. It was entertaining from start to finish. The traction compound worked well. I was really happy to see that. There was a great mix of the old and new Bristol. And I really have no complaints other than who won. We still haven't had a good variety of winners this season, so that sucks, but I think I can let it slide this time because we've really just been needing a race like this one. So 9 out of 10 for me. Tyler, what is your rating?
Yeah, I got to give it a 9 out of 10 too. And I believe that's the third straight time I've given a Bristol race a 9. We saw 2 great shows last year, and this race kind of ends up similar to the spring race of last year, obviously with Kyle winning. So there's automatically the same thing right there. And the end of that race too was like building up to be something great, and it's just like a gut punch. And the same thing happens here. Damn, those guys just keep figuring out ways to weasel their way up front. I just hate how that last caution happened. Larson got up into the wall, and NASCAR just like, okay, we just got to throw the damn yellow. And then the whole confusion deal that made Brad salty. And there was just a lot of crap going on right there. And it just left a little bit of a sour taste considering the greatness that we saw there throughout the entire race. All the short track elements, everything we always love to see, it was there. And the potential to giving the race a 10 was more than within the grasp. Had Kurt gotten there, bump and ran him, maybe a photo finish, something like that, it would be right there at a perfect rating. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Either way, it's still a good race, and anybody saying otherwise, you need to cut your shit. And I also advise people to show the hell up. I don't know what happened with the attendance rating either, but that was really poor. Well, too bad. You missed a good one. Kane, what's your race rating?
I'm going to agree with the both of you, and I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know what it is about Bristol. Obviously, whatever they're doing with the traction compound, it is clearly working, as the last 3 or 4 races there have been absolutely entertaining and definitely worth watching. I remember back in the day when Bristol would be like a must-see race. Well, I feel like those days are starting to return. But with the attendance being the way it is, it's just absolutely disappointing seeing how many empty seats there were, because that was a hell of a race, even though Kyle won. And the main reason this is the case is because the hotels around the track and whatnot, they are jacking up their prices so freaking much that people can't afford it. And that's really sad. I was really hoping Kurt could get up there and, rough up Kyle a bunch, because that would have just been entertaining as hell. That's the one thing keeping it from being a perfect rating, like Tyler said. The finish could have been a lot more exciting, but overall, a great race. I can't wait for August.
Bristol, baby!
And sending it right back to Tyler, he was at yet another race, so another chance for us to be jealous. He was at the Food City 500, and he's going to tell you all about it. Take it away, Tyler.
Oh, I'm more than happy to. This trip came out of nowhere. Wasn't even planning to go to Bristol until a couple of weeks ago. And the right opportunity came up, was able to get tickets for a good price, and got a free pit pass with it. It was just like, wow, this is going to be a lot of fun. So obviously I was at the night race last year, so back-to-back Bristol races, I'm automatically excited for it. I go with my buddy who was also named Tyler. We get there early as hell because we want to do everything, nail the timing, and we pretty much did. I did my normal souvenir tent shopping. I got a handful of things. I'll throw them right up here on the screen. Great deals and everything like that. Check 1. We're doing good so far. I do have to bring this back up. Now, I remember in the podcast episode last time, I got a little salty at Toyota parking. Yeah, they had the same thing there. I'll just go ahead and insert this video to share my feelings this time.
Here we are again, not any closer to getting a Toyota. Fuck you and your free parking.
Yeah, exactly. Go to hell. So that's about the only small negative thing in the early part of the day, but we'll gloss over that. Then it's time to go in the infield. So first of all, we have a little bit of a hard time finding where we needed to go because you can't just go to Will Call and get the tickets and they give you the pit pass with it. No. You got to go to a different ticket booth in order to get the cold pass. Nice organization there, Bristol. We ended up passing Goldberg on the way, too. I didn't even realize he was there. So that was cool. Anyway, we hop on a little golf cart. Old Man River sends us on a wild goose chase. Literally takes us 20 minutes just to find this other damn booth to get this pit pass. And when we get there, Holy shit, the line is long. My lord, I thought it was going to take a half hour or longer. But surprisingly, it went pretty quick. We get in there and just obviously walking through the gate. I remember that feeling from last year when I first got out into the stands. Like, that was awesome. But this is a whole new level, being actually to walk down the banking on the track and then into the garage. Now, I have never done this ever. I was on pit road once as a kid in 2006 at Richmond. Well, that was a great story. I think I've told that before. But now I'm finally getting into the garage, getting the haulers, all that stuff, getting the pre-race vibes, getting it going. And it just starts. You just start seeing so many different people. All the teams, they're doing their thing. They're getting set up. And the first person we run into is Kurt Busch. He's outside his trailer, signing some autographs. There was hero card containers set up all along the garage area. So I picked up one, got in line, and got Kurt's autograph. Why not? That's awesome. David Reagan, he's out there doing his thing, because what else is he going to do? He's preparing to run mid-pack all day. Michael McDowell was signing some autographs, too. So, spur of the moment while we're waiting for Michael McDowell, I had already picked up a Daniel Suarez hero card. And I said to my buddy, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and mess with Michael a little bit here. I'm going to put the hero card right underneath his and make a crack about it. Well, you'll see the video here.
Now, I won't ask you to sign this.
Oh, it's okay. I can. We're going to bring.
That'd be pretty funny. But, yeah, you go ahead and do it. It's crazy.
Hey, McDowell.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's right. I had him sign the hero card. I just wish I would have ran into Suarez, because you damn well know that I would have had Suarez sign McDowell's hero card just for shits and gigs. I don't know if McDowell found it that funny, but the crew guy liked it. Either way, I kind of threw it back in his face, just like Suarez threw him to the ground. Anyhow, we keep, trotting on down the garage area. There's so many people around. Old Derek Cope. I wanted his autographs. He was too busy having a luncheon with the Starcom guys. Then, next up in line, Norm Benning. What the hell was Norm doing there? It's a cup race, Norm. But damn, that's awesome. I want to try to meet Norm. He was in a little bit of a conversation, so I didn't bother him. But we just kept circling the garage, and sure enough, on one of our rotations around, got old Norm to sign for us, and we got a good picture. And Norm's a cool little guy. He was like, yeah, I'm thinking about running the Xfinity series because I don't like the director of the truck series. I'm like, all right, Norm, I feel you. Get in there. You wheel it, big guy. He should be back there at Eldora this year. He's looking forward to that, and we told him we'll be rooting him on. So Norm wasn't expecting to run into fans, but I'm Norm Benning's #1 fan, damn it, and I let him know. One of the other great people we ran into was Leonard Wood out there signing autographs. That's fucking awesome, man. That guy, he's so old, such a legend. Yeah, he's out there doing the job. I don't know where Paul Menard was, probably having some rice cakes back in the hauler. Come on, Paul. I wanted to shake your hand, but instead, I shook a hand of the legend, and that was cool, too. We saw Tech, got a lot of pictures of Carr going through and from pit boxes. I got up the chases, took a picture by his car. Saw a bunch of other people that I wasn't able to actually get an autograph from. For example, I saw Jack and Allison the pisser. So, that automatically means that we had to piss at the same time, so our minds just, connect. So that means I think I can be a championship crew chief now, too. Ryan Newman, I was actually in his way. I find that ironic because, Newman's typically in everybody else's way. So I guess I was bus parking this time. Didn't need his autograph. Regan Smith ran right by me. Claire B. Lang, she was being a spider all over the damn garage. That is one weird-ass lady. But she was there. Morgan Shepherd, he scooted by on a scooter during Tech. Just out of nowhere, they're Tech and Eric Jones' car. Here comes Morgan Shepherd. I don't know what you're doing. Break out your roller skates, Morgan. Such a cool deal, man. And we took it all in, did everything we could do. They had a little infield concert. Don't even know who the hell it was, but it was just such a great experience. And we cap it off, take a couple more pictures as we're going up the banking. We think that's it. We're done. We're going to our seats. We're walking out, and I shit you not, Chase Elliott is walking right past us going the opposite direction. So I immediately go, okay, hold on. Whip out my cold pass and hand it to Chase. And my buddy caught it all on video. I'll put it here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah! Chase Elliott just signed your pit pass. How do you feel?
Oh, so amazing. I mean, I'm riveted.
Well, it doesn't add up to Norm Benning
Hell no.
or Leonard Wood, but we did get Chase Elliott's autograph.
You think it's done, right? Oh no, the boys here ended up finding Hendrick's tweet. They had their PR guy taking a convenient picture as I'm handing Chase my cold pass. And, I got that real determined look on my face, and I'm like, yeah, I'm meeting Chase Elliott. We know each other already. I'll see you later, Chase. We're going to hang out after the race, right? That was so cool. I didn't expect that at all. Other than that, great experience. I would love to do that every single time I go to the track. Race was great. We had fan vision and headsets to talk to each other, so that just enhanced the depth of the whole deal. If Kyle wouldn't have won, that might have been the best damn racing day experience I could have had. Especially if Chase had won. That may have just topped my Dale Jr. winning Richmond from 2006 story. Maybe. Just maybe. I know you guys are jelly. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get your strawberry jelly or whatever preferred jelly. Put it on a piece of toast and eat it.
Yeah, I'm currently doing that. I mean, geez, you just keep going to race after race and just getting these experiences. And it's just a hell of a time just to go to a race. I mean, that's just what it's all about.
It's awesome. I love it. I love racing. I wish I could have done more of this while Junior was still driving. But we're taking it in now, and it's been a lot of fun. You got to go to the best ones. That's where you get the best experience. And I'm glad I was at Bristol. Just because hardly anybody else decided to show up didn't mean I wasn't going to go and enjoy my time. So hopefully we'll go back there in the fall, another night race, and that'll be fun. I'm happy.
I'm glad you're happy. And I honestly thought Nick and I had fun in the infield at Chicagoland last year with the pit passes there, but damn, you really put us to shame this weekend, pal.
Well, you got to get in there.
Yeah, well, congratulations, and we're glad you had a good time despite the outcome.
Thank you.
All right, it is that time for the awards, and man, we got to start it off with that classic boner of the week. Who gets the Raging one this week, Kane?
Oh, it goes to spotter Derek Nealand, who normally spots for Kyle Larson on Sundays, but on Saturdays he is also spotting for Tyler Reddick in the Xfinity Series, who had a really dominant car on Saturday, but with one lap to go in the stage, or so he thought, Reddick was in the lead with Justin Allgaier right behind him when they came to the white flag, but Reddick thought it was the checkered flag because Derek told him, this is it right here, 1 to go. Uh-oh, wait a minute, there was actually 2 to go. So as they took the white flag, Reddick actually backed out of it, and Justin easily got by and stole the stage win. Oh my God, Derek, you're a spotter. This is what you get paid to do. Know your shit. The lap counter on the scoring tower, that's actually not the same as what you see on TV. It's actually behind for some odd reason. So you got to know that, man. Moving on to the next award.
Yes, the next award is Shazam! You're out! And that goes to Eric Almirola, who had the briefest day of everybody with only 3 laps completed because, of course, right at the beginning, that early lap 1 incident with Willie Walwack getting out of shape. Willie had to run out of talent real quick after that starting in second, slammed in Eric Almirola, who hit into the wall. And obviously there was enough suspension damage. He even took a jack out of the pits for good measure. Wow. He had a very unfortunate day. He had a solid little outing in that first run with the Shazam car, but this time it was bad luck. Sorry about that, Eric. At least you got to go home early and have a Smithfield spiraled ham. Next award.
Next award is the day from hell. And we have 2 of them. We'll start with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He was in that early wreck. He was behind the wall, sponsor plug, off and on. Finished 33rd, 105 laps down. He didn't even have a chance at one of his favorite racetracks. Another one who really enjoys this track, Kyle Larson. To put it simply, his day was completely miserable. He just never had a handle of it to begin with. Then he had a loose wheel, and things just snowballed from there. He had an uncontrolled tire. He had the crash with William Byron, and then he brought out the final caution of the race after cutting a tire. His subpar season continues after coming home in 19th place. After that, we'll move on to some good things with the cigars. Take it away.
Well, it depends on what you mean by good things, because this first cigar goes to the 18 team. Those sneaky fuckers did it again. My God. They were behind the Penske boys, who, for some reason, decided to pit at the last caution, and Kyle just inherited the lead and pulled away. And then our next Cup cigar goes to the other Busch boy, Kurt Busch, who, despite coming up short against his brother Kyle, he still finished in second, and he is still outwheeling Kyle Larson in the exact same equipment. He's bound to win a race sometime this season. It's just a matter of when. So, congratulations, Kurt. Moving on to the final two cigars.
Paul Menard. He finished sixth. That's his first top 10 of the year. Wow, you did good things, Paul. I know typically you're satisfied with the 16th place finish, but improved half by 10 spots. I can't even imagine the smile you must have on your face right now. I'm shocked. Maybe it was because I met Leonard, shook his hand, and that just gave you guys the power today. Good job, Paul. And our last cigar goes to Ryan Newman, who also got his first top 10 of the year with a 9th place finish. He annoyed about everybody out there, including Chase Elliott.
What happened? The sick is what happened.
But still, he did a good job, and he's just one of those guys, man. He just fights. He has to with that damn Roush equipment, and he had to lead the flag after Ricky's terrible day. It's hard to hate on it because you got to race, man. That's what you're out there to do. So obviously, Newman's doing some good things out there. And we have one last cigar. Nick, what is this?
It's more of an honorary cigar, and it goes to Hannah Newhouse from the K&N race. So Riley Herbst got in a wreck, and I guess he had some damage on the right side, and he was all salty, and he's like,
the car's killed. Look at the right side of the thing.
Oh yeah, I can't see the right side over here. So Riley Herbst out in today's K&N race.
Yeah, Hannah, I could tell you I can see the right side, and it's pretty well used up.
What a douchebag.
you gotta watch that hot mic. She said it was a rookie mistake, but man, she was everyone's hero after that race. No one really cares for Riley that much, and she said what everyone else was probably thinking. So good job, Hannah. Keep it up.
All right, it's time to take a look at those best paint schemes of the week, so enjoy the montage.
Going around in circles again. Going around in circles again. Going around and pedal to floor, back in the seat. Purpose and will versus modern machine. Passing the slow, defeating the weak. All with the tar on the street and the weight on my feet, the sweat on my face. Wanting first place more than you can understand. I'm going around in circles again. Going around in circles again.
And we have two worst paint schemes of the week. They're kind of uniquely weird. I don't really know what's going on. Kane, what's the first one?
Well, you want weird? Check this one out. It is Tyler Reddick's Dolly Parton Dollywood Chevrolet from the Xfinity series. Okay, I mean, I get Dolly Parton is a Southern icon, and her and NASCAR go together like peaches and cream, but to sponsor a race car, that confuses the hell out of me. It's got Dolly's face on the hood. It's got this little floral design on the hood, as well as in the pink areas along the sides and roof of the car. I mean, it's not a horrible paint scheme. It's just unusual. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So we have one more bad paint scheme to cover. Tyler, which one is that?
Ooh, it is Matt DiBenedetto, the NASCAR Heat 3 Esports Pro League Toyota. All right, so I'm already cringing over the whole Pro League. We've made our points on that earlier in the year, but why not? Go ahead and just hit it again. Game sucks, and it's not a real esports pro league. Yeah, stop it. It's going to fail hard. I'll laugh when it does. Either way, it's still not a great paint scheme because you got this little burst of colors here, almost kind of a wannabe rainbow. It starts in the front, goes down the side, and kind of just dies behind the number. And the rest of the car, the base is just black and kind of uninspired. The number color sure as hell doesn't help. With that yellow, just doesn't mix right. And that's just Levine Family Racing being so stubborn and hell-bent on the fact they got to have their original team color of the number. God, stop doing that. It doesn't make your schemes look good. It's just lame. Even with a different number color, I don't like what I see here. And it's also cringy with big-ass gamer tags on the side. Can't forget about that. Nice run, though.
I agree. It sucks. The league sucks. Heat 3 sucks. It just doesn't work. Just stop it. Let it go. I can't wait till this league is over with. But still, like you said, great run for Benedetto at least. Well, it's time to go over the fantasy results from Bristol. Kane comes home with the win. He picked Kyle Busch, who won the race, got himself 51 points. But wait, Damani tied with him. He picked Joey Logano, but because he finished third, Damani has to slide into second, but still a good point stay for him. I picked Ryan Blaney, and he came home fourth and got me 46 points. And old Tyler, who was at the race, and picked Chase Elliott. It just wasn't meant to be yet again. He came home 11th after fighting a ton of issues and got him 27 points. So that means Tyler gets the first pick for Richmond. Who are you taking?
Yeah, you're damn right it wasn't meant to be. You know what? I'll just go ahead and bite the bullet and take Kyle Busch.
Well, I'm the best, fuckface.
Damn it, these guys are on such a roll. It's not enough that Kyle's a good driver. It's not enough that they're a good team, but they're damn lucky. I said it in my race review. I can't say it enough. They're on such a roll. They've had a top 10 in every damn race. He swept the Richmond races last year. Richmond's been hit or miss as far as good racing. I don't know what that has to do with it. I guess I'm just taking a jab at Richmond because why not? It is what it is. Just help me out at least by getting me some good points. I'm in that hole. I'm still there. I'm down in the hole. Allison Chains reference. Great song. All right, Nick, you got a fantasy selection. Just take it away from me, please.
I will, and I'm going with old squinty douchey Joey Logano.
He's a punk. Who is that?
He's been on a roll this year, but he also is pretty good at Richmond. His average finish is 11.6, but when you add in just Penske, that goes down to 6.6. He also has 2 wins in the spring of 2014 and 2017, and he had 2 stage wins in the spring race last year. So his stats kind of speak for itself. Hopefully he gets a good finish, gets me some points. Damani, who's your pick?
I'm silly. I'm telling you, I'm silly.
Yeah, hopefully that's a knockout. Thank you, Damani. Kane, who's your pick?
Well, it's not just Kyle Busch that's been strong. I feel like the whole Gibbs team is getting better, and this guy's won at Richmond before. I'm taking Denny Dumbass Hamlin.
Happy ass.
It's his home track, obviously, with the loss of J.D. Gibbs. He's got that on his mind, and even more incentive to go out and win one for his family and his friends and his whole freaking team. Denny Hamlin will win on Saturday night. We have a night race finally.
Well, this has been another tasty episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. Perky Jerky comes in all sorts of mouth-watering flavors. I know we've said it plenty of time. Pick up a bag today. It might hurt your wallet a little bit, but believe me, your taste buds will thank you. So, for Damani HD, guy has the damn fantasy points lead, and he took Daniel Suarez. As you can see, his mind must be not in the right place. Yeah, we're not surprised by anything there. For Kane Jr. 88, boy, he was late to podcast taping. I know he was out there at his typical DQ getting a lovely number 4 and getting stuck in his beard. I know his brother had to dab him off. And for Thermite 917, who the hell knows what this guy does with his afternoons? And for myself, Probo 43, Bristol, great time. God damn it, Kyle, you made me defeated. I'm not happy about it. Here's a funny little video clip for you to show you my feelings quick. All right, that's it. This has been Behind the Wall. You've been Behind the Wall. And thank you for listening.
It's a beach cane.
It is a beach cane. It's a wild fucking cane roaming down. He probably stomped on a beach ball and kicked a kid in the face. Fuck your sandcastle, kid. I could totally see that cane just roaring down the beach, and he stiff arms a fucking sandcastle, flips off the dad of the kid, like, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna steal your 12-pack.
You could say he land in castle.
Oh my God.
That's all from me. I'll see you later.
I would hope so.
Thank you, Aaron Bearden.
Start running.
It's Bristol, baby.
Baby, it's Bristol.
I love my baby back, Bristol.
That works. And now it's that time for the awards portion of the podcast. I don't like that.
Oh my God. When are we going to see some different winners for once that, the fans actually love? Like, when the hell is Ryan Blaney going to win? When's Chase Elliott going to win? Kurt Busch. I mean, God damn it. It's Kyle, it's Brad, it's Joey, it's Denny. It's those same four motherfuckers every goddamn week. And I am getting fucking sick of it. But anyways, enjoy your cigar, you guys, because you freaking earned it.
She's kind of like... She's this...
Dad.
All right.
Spilled the marinara.
Shut up. All right.
He called you out.
Yeah.
We hit that on the head.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Nick, you got a fantasy selection. Just take it away from me, please.
I will do. I can't even do that.
You couldn't do it, dumbass.
I will do.
I will do.
Oh, man. All right.
He picked Suarez?
Yeah.
What the hell's the matter with him?
I asked, well, that's interesting. He said, well, got to keep the points lead.
Yeah, got to keep the points lead. That's some real twisted logic. I think he lost more than just his pants. So for the money HD, guys in the points lead, he picks Daryl Wallace.
What the hell?
Daryl Suarez. He picks Daryl Waltrip. Fuck Kyle Busch.
Thank you, Tyler.